the games, especially against us. So we're going to have to be really good tomorrow to beat them.
Marcus Silva has today been speaking about Emil Smith-Rowe, the fact that he's had a lot of ups and downs this season, and he's kind of failed to find that consistency in his game. How good of a player do you feel, having worked with him, he can be?
Exceptional. I mean, he's got all the attributes to become a top footballer, and that consistency, especially with us, he was enabled, especially in the periods that he had injuries, but tremendous quality.
And in terms of Fulham generally, their record against Arsenal recently has been good. They, of course, drew with you 1-1, I think it was in December. What can you take away from that game in particular, that 1-1 draw going into tomorrow's match?
Well, especially that we have a lot of dominance and quite a lot of chances, both open and set pieces wise, but they were very clinical in what they do. And the first chance, especially when we were very on top of the game, they managed to score the goal, and then obviously they sit back and reduce the spaces, and it's a team that is well organised.
George, BBC.
Mikel, I'll just take you back to the international break when Miles Kelly, Lewis Kelly scores that goal. Where was you, and how's he been this week? Because he was buzzing after, so what's he been like on the runner squad since he's come back?
Great moment. We are also happy for him. So unusual to see something like this on your debut, especially a fullback scoring the goal in the manner that he did. A very special week for him.
Bukayo, I know you mentioned he could start, but will he start tomorrow?
Yeah, we will see that tomorrow.
And we just met Andrew, but can you just talk about what direction the club's going in now? You talked about ambition, he said about wanting to win stuff. So is he almost a new signing that's going to unlock the potential about what Arsenal needs to do going forward?
Well, we certainly believe that it's someone who's going to impact the club. And he's got that experience, he's got this personality as well, this charisma, and this drive and will to win that is going to be very contagious. He's very much installed in the football club, especially from the top, because this is what we want to achieve. But to have people as well with different expertise, experiences, and that they already done it, is very, very helpful.
What do you like about him the most, and what's his best attribute? And was you involved in the?
Immediately is how much he wanted to come to the club. He was really attracted and really excited about that possibility, and then the way he believes that he can help us to achieve what we want.
Thank you.
Tom, Football London.
Hi Mikel, just on Andrea again, he's come in at a time kind of in this midway point between the start of the year and the summer. You talk about planning ahead and having a lot of ideas about what you want, and I'm sure a lot of that's already been done. So what's that dynamic going to be like with somebody coming in with already established plans in mind, but also someone who wants to bring their own ideas?
Well, that's what I mentioned, that the good thing is the strong team that we already have in place, you know, and all the work that the recruitment that Jason, James and all the boys they've been doing, and everything is prepared. And then that planning has to be tweaked, because before you plan and you execute, most of the times ends up being a bit different. But the direction, the vision and what we want to do is clear. He will jump on board of that, and hopefully he will twist it.
We heard from Thomas Tuchel over the international break, first chance to really hear him speak after the start of his game. So one of the things he talked about was, he made reference to the fact that Declan Rice played in the 7-1 win over PSV, and this idea of rotation and picking players of importance, even when perhaps there's ideas about giving players rest from their club teams as well. Is it important that is kind of got on top of the players are given important rest at certain times of the season in perhaps friendly games, and how is that relationship with Thomas going to evolve?
Yeah, well, the more communication there is and understanding, obviously, when a player plays, it means do you want to play him or you have to play him? It's very different. If you have other alternatives, you still have to play him. Is one decision. If you have to play him because there are no other alternatives, because the situation you have in the squad, that's something. The best thing is always to communicate ahead what the intentions are, what the processes are, and what the thought process was behind certain decisions, because to compare two similar actions with different contexts, it doesn't make any sense.
Phil from PA.
Hi Mikel, just going back to the guy.
Yeah.
Just give us an insight to his mindset, because he must be absolutely buzzing to play, and it's been such a long time since he played last.
Well, it's more the energy that he transmits, you know, that he's missed the thing that he loves the most in his life, which is to be around the team, to play, to train, and to compete at the highest level. And yeah, the fact that he's able to come in the most important part of the season, obviously, is a massive boost for him and to the team as well.
And just because he hasn't played since December, are you confident that he'll be able to hit the ground running? Because obviously you've got Madrid next week.
Yeah, especially to get that out of your head, you know, that you haven't played for 3 months, but you played for the last 48 months. So 3 in 48 is a very small percentage. So yeah, I haven't done maybe the housekeeping duties for a week, but I've done it for 10 years. So I know what to do it, I know how to sustain it, and I'm clever enough to maintain that. The habit is certainly there, so don't think about that.
Okay, the last couple in the live section. Firstly, gentlemen here, I think Via play Denmark. Canopus, yeah, sorry.
For French TV Canopus about Martin Odegaard. Can you explain us what does he bring to your team and what his qualities?
I need a lot of time to do that. He's great. He's the captain. He's one of the most important players. His consistency levels are incredible, and yeah, it's a player that defines our way of playing. That's where I would put it, basically.
And why did you choose him to be the captain now for 2 years?
Well, because we believe he's the right role model for the club and for the team.
Okay, and finally for the live section, we'll go to Mel.
Hola, Mikel.
Hi.
Quedan 9 partidos hasta el fin de la temporada y también estás en los cuartos para la Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
¿Cuáles han sido los aspectos más positivos que has visto del equipo hasta ahora?
La capacidad de adaptarse a situaciones muy difíciles, sin ninguna duda.
¿Y por qué?
Porque hemos tenido muchas situaciones difíciles, muchísimas lesiones de jugadores muy importantes durante mucho tiempo y también muchísimas sanciones y jugar muchos partidos con 10 jugadores. Y la capacidad que tiene el equipo de competir, de rebelarse contra eso y estar donde estamos, creo que tiene muchísimo mérito.
Y en su debut con Inglaterra, Mikel Arteta marcó su primer gol para su país. ¿Desde cuando ha regresado, tú has visto alguna evolución o cambio en su personalidad, en su carácter, en su confianza? ¿Cómo está?
En su personalidad espero que no, porque por marcar un gol con la selección no debería de cambiar. Su ánimo, su nivel de confianza creo que está alto y eso creo que es muy bueno para cualquier futbolista y creo que está empezando a juntar experiencias muy bonitas durante un periodo de tiempo muy corto y creo que lo está asimilando muy bien.
¿Y cómo pasa a usar eso usted mañana?
¿Cómo?
¿Cómo pasa a usar como su cambio en confianza y su...
No es un cambio, es una evolución, porque al final esto es un estado de ánimo, pero luego cada balón, cada acción que haces en un partido, ese estado de ánimo va cambiando. Sobre todo que saber que esto es parte de un proceso y es un camino que él está empezando a recorrer, que de momento todo está yendo muy bien y que hay que hacer las cosas para que eso siga de esa manera.
Muchas gracias.
Okay, guys, that finishes the live